I'm live. Hey, this is Eve of BitcoinKindergarten.com. Also the author of the Crypto Assets and DeFi Tracker. It's not really authoring. It's a book where you can write down all of your cryptos, your accounts. If you get into yield farming, staking, loans, that, write them all down in one place, because you know what happens many times. I know so many people who bought Bitcoin like 5 years ago. Maybe they had $20 worth. And then now that's worth, could be worth $60,000 today. And they're like, I don't know where I left it. I don't have no idea what the exchange was, what the password, anything. So when you get some crypto, write it down somewhere, all in the same place. Good to have this book once you get more. But basically, you really want to keep track of it. Like on Coinbase, you don't have to remember your password, but you need to know your username. Usually you can go back in your emails and find it. But what if you change your email? Like, what if it's like 10 years from now, Bitcoin's worth $1 million, which is a very likely scenario, or even 5 years. So you're like, even if you own, $20 now, it would be worth $100,000. So keep track of your cryptos. I just want to welcome everybody here. If you are not, hit the subscribe button, the bell button, and the all. This is Bitcoin Kindergarten and Crypto Kindergarten. No question is too infantile or too foolish or too stupid. You know what? We all have the same questions when we start, and we all start a kindergarten. So, I'm here to answer all of your questions. Don't be shy. And I don't mind answering the same question over and over, because that's how we learn. One of the issues out there in the crypto world is a lot of these, millennial programmer dudes, and they are dudes for one, so they will always want to feel very intelligent, and so they don't tell you the stupid things they do. And anyway, sometimes they're so advanced technologically, it's hard for them to even come back to this level of when they first started, because they were probably like 6 years old. They don't even remember. So that's what I'm here for. So I wanted to talk today about being afraid to invest in crypto, because I think that's definitely the #1 reason why people do not invest in crypto, and they don't get it. And my first piece of advice is, don't go around talking about crypto to your family and friends unless those are your secret crypto family and friends, because people will discourage you. I mean, and the reason is because they don't understand it. They have yet to come to you Bitcoin Kindergarten. So they don't know anything. And instead of just being like, wow, you really don't understand that at all, they say, oh, that's a bubble, or oh, that's just like gambling, or oh, that's for drug traffickers. So you always hear some ignorant thing coming out of your friends and family's mouth. And it's more like their own reason why they're not in crypto. It has nothing to do with you. And don't let it dissuade you, because as you know, and the reason you're here is because many people are making a lot of money in crypto. It's in the whole worldwide. It's the booming market. The whole rest of the world is kind of underwater, and crypto is like going insanely amazing. So that said, what else is there to be afraid of? Losing your money, most important thing. Nobody wants to lose money. That's why I always suggest to everyone, buy $1 worth on CashApp. I think I have a CashApp link below. You might get free money if you do use my link. Yeah, I think you do. $1 on CashApp. You don't even need $10. You need like $10 to buy on Coinbase. But buy $10 on Coinbase. Buy 100 or 1,000. Whatever to you is a tiny bit of money. That's different for everyone. But like I always just suggest that. Just get your toe wet. Huge amounts of people say, well, I don't understand it, so I don't want to get involved. But that's also another cover for ignorance and laziness. They just don't want to get around to figuring out how I'm going to get on that Coinbase, how I'm going to buy that coin, which is the simplest thing in the world. If you ask me, I'll explain it over and over. And really, you don't need me to explain it. You just go on there and you will figure it out. But I was very nervous when I was first using crypto, because it was kind of like very clandestine at the time. So just get a little. And then once you get a little, once you're invested in something, you start learning about it. It's going to come up. You're going to hear about it here or there. You're going to start listening to news articles, and then you become familiar with it. And what also happens is that you see your money your value go way up, which is 100 times more fun than just when it sits in your bank and it does nothing. And, you know, maybe you have to pay a fee for your bank account. Like, it's terrible. So you start to get a little taste of making that money, which is really super fun. Don't forget to smash the likes and put a comment. You can put any comment because it helps me in the algorithm. But if you have any questions, I will answer them. So don't be afraid. You know, that's why most people have not gotten in it. I myself, I am very childlike, so I wasn't afraid. You know, children are not afraid. They're just like, hey, let's make this mess of blocks. Let's make this crazy coloring thing. You know, they don't care. Let's say the language all like backwards and upside down. Doesn't matter. That's how we learn. So we learn by just doing, getting in. You know, don't spend your life savings. That's foolish. Don't listen to bad stories. You know, I heard a lot of bad stories, and my friend told me that her husband lost a lot of money in crypto. But then I'm like, you know, but actually they have a lot of money in crypto. He's just saying that so that he can keep it hidden. So there's a lot of layers of what people are saying about crypto. Like, I always hear like, oh, somebody lost so much money in crypto. And I'm always perplexed. How is it even possible to lose money in crypto? There's only one way to lose money in crypto thus far, especially if you're buying Bitcoin. Let's just talk Bitcoin or Ethereum or Chainlink. Let's just use those for now. The only way to actually lose money is to buy high and sell low. So right now, we're in this amazing bull market, which means like the price is going up, more people are getting in, everything's wild and crazy. We don't know how long it's going to go on. It's expected to go on through the summer, but it could end today. You know, like, it's a market, and, you know, things move fast, and especially in crypto, things happen. So the only way to do it is you buy in today. It's $55,000 for one, but you buy your $10 worth, totally legit. And then like it goes down to like 42 tomorrow. Like you wake up in the morning, oh my God, the market crashed. And you get afraid and you want to keep at least some of that $20 that you got in. So you say, it's going to zero. You know, that's the only way to lose money. It's basically your mindset is just off. So the mindset for crypto is you don't sell when it crashes. It crashed a few days ago. I lost so much money. Technically, I didn't lose it because I didn't sell, and I'm confident it will go back up. And if it doesn't go back up, I'll just have to work harder to make that money back. Like, I'm not going to die. And but I do believe it will go up. I mean, you know, crypto is a once in a lifetime chance of really gaining wealth, going from zero to wealthy. Many people are doing it, and it's amazing. So, and then people who already have money are just going insanely wealthy. But only way to lose. So I kind of say this every time, but it's very important. And like when my guru is like Ivan on text. I listen to him every day, and every day it's like a little reassuring. You know, sometimes you just need that reassurance every day, especially today. If you bought in a few days ago and then it crashed, it did crash, but it's really a dip. If you look at the whole month, the month chart, it's not even a crash. It's just sideways. We're pretty much even, or we started way up and down. But it's good. It's good to go sideways because we're steadily going up. Everything is fine in the crypto sphere. The only way to lose money is to sell low. And so that does bring me to FOMO. Like, we don't know when we're going to reach the top of the market. We're in a bull market. You know, that's what, when we crashed, everybody's like, many people are like, oh, okay, that's it. We hit the top of the market. We're done. You know, we don't know when that's going to happen. But say if you buy in right towards the top of the market, and everything crashes, you don't get that good intuition. Like I always get sell. I don't believe in intuition with crypto, but I do believe in my case it's helped a lot. So I just have a feeling for the markets because I watch them and I'm familiar with them, and I'm like, I think I'll pay some bills today, and then the next day it will crash. So here's what happens when it goes up a lot, which is the most likely scenario. If you buy any amount of crypto, even $10, you don't want to lose your $10. You're like my friend who hates losing any money whatsoever. You just say what all of a sudden you have $20, like it's gone from 10 to 20, you can take your $10 out. And that way, in your whole life, you will never lose money. Frankly, if the whole market went to zero today, I would not have lost money, because that taking profits strategy is what I have always done. So even though I don't like to take my money out of there and I want to put every penny in there because I watch how it, you know, mushrooms up, we don't know when that's going to stop. And so just to be like the most safe and practical, I make sure that I take some profits. And so I'm pretty sure I've taken out more than I've ever put in. So I can never lose. Even if I lost a lot of money, I still wouldn't be losing any, because I only started with a little bit. So that said, get as much as you can. Get some Doge. I mean, why not? Go on my Binance link and get some Doge on Binance. Go on crypto. If you use my link to go on Coinbase.com, you get $10 free Bitcoin, and so do I. So thank you. And you just start your journey. You know, if you're already on your journey, you want to branch out. Branch out, you know, but get some Chainlink. You know, Chainlink is gonna go through the roof. That's on Coinbase. If you're using Binance today, get some Doge, get some Solana. Those are just tips from me. So far, all of my tips have been 100% on this channel, by the way. I don't give a lot of tips, but whenever I tip, like generally the next day or the next week's going up. I wish I had more Chainlink. I only have a tiny bit. I don't have any cash right now. All of my cash is tied up in crypto. What else is there to be afraid of? Oh, going to jail because there's something illegal about it. There's nothing illegal about crypto and Bitcoin. If you live in the United States and most countries, you do need to understand about taxes, which frankly, most of the people I know in crypto have not paid taxes. Well, I don't know, I'm going to say most, but I'm going to say a lot. You know, they think they can get away without paying taxes. Well, maybe that's true, but it depends on your temperament. I wouldn't be able to relax knowing that I could be in a lot of trouble one day. So you need to learn a little bit about taxes. You know, if you're making, I don't know, I think it's over $2,000. I'm not sure how much, but the more you make, the more you need to worry about your taxes. And you'll be surprised. Like sometimes you just invest a tiny bit of money, and the next thing you know, it grew. What else is there to be afraid of? Forgetting your passwords, losing it, sending it to the wrong place. Like once you get more involved in crypto, that's besides Binance and Coinbase. If you lose your password, they will give it back. But if you start getting to putting your money on a Ledger, Trezor, wallet, or other wallets online, if you start staking your money, staking is amazing. It means you can get interest on your crypto. I did some staking. I actually bought Zill to stake on Atomic because they were giving 15%. Well, I'm like, well, I'll just buy some, throw it on there, and I knew it was a quality project, Zilliqa. And it's done really amazing, plus 15%. I mean, my gosh. So, you know, once you start getting complicated, as may happen, you know, just get one of these, write everything down. Make sure if you ever get a wallet that has a long phrase or a word, make sure you write it down. My first MetaMask wallet, because I learned it, I was in Ivan on Tech Academy, which is a great academy, but this is only one mistake. The guy, the DeFi guy, I think his name, they call him Frenchie. He was like, well, I don't need to copy this because I think he said I already have it, but I just heard I don't need to copy this. So I did not copy down my 12 or 24 word seed phrase. That's your password. And if you ever see a bunch of words coming up, you need to copy it. You need to put it in a safe place, and you need to never lose it because it could be worth, you know, tens of thousands of dollars one day. You just don't know when you're buying these coins what the future of them is going to be. You know, it's like buying in Amazon, you know, when it was 1 cent. So, or it's even better than that. Crypto is even higher yields than that. in many projects. So you do want to keep track of that. Once you start moving your crypto around, say if you send some to a friend, or if you're sending it to your ledger, or if you're going to send it over to Atomic Wallet to do staking, or some other wallet, maybe BlockFi. I'm going to have a link for the BlockFi there. Everyone's staking there now. I haven't signed up, but it's a good idea. You need to write it down, because I'll literally just be like, well, just put, a few dollars there, and then, a year later, it's grown exponentially. So that's the only thing. Don't get sad, when the market crashes. Just you have to. If you're going to be in crypto, you need to get some psychology. I'm on Twitter, and a lot of these people, they start going up crazy and upset. Not the OGs, but I don't know, these people that are spending like, they think I'm going to get rich right now, and then they put all their money in, and then it crashes. And I mean, you can get rich right now, but you might not. And there's along the way it's very common that the market makes major corrections, 30% even. Like one day it'll go up and you'll be on such a high. I do this myself still. You're like, look, I made so much money. Like, I'll tell everybody, I made so much money today while I was asleep. And then I'll start spending, and then the next day you wake up like yesterday and you're like, oh, lost a lot. Stop spending. But this time I didn't even get sad or upset. Usually I get a little sad or a little upset, but you just have to get used to it, and you have to just check on Twitter, the people that you follow, the people who are reputable, like Crypto Lark, Altcoin Daily, Ivan on Tech. Some of the people who've been around a long time, there's a lot of new people popping up on the scene who are sponsored completely by exchanges. Like even that banter boy, or whatever the hell his name is, Crypto Banter. Like, there's a lot of good info on there, but it's a paid channel. They just, so you just have to be aware. Even though you're going to get good info, it's not like, it's coming from a place of, people's interest. I'm not saying this person in particular, but in general, there's a lot of new stuff out there. So try to find the people who've been around a long time, follow them, and see what they say. I love Crypto Bitlord. He's completely crazy, but he's been around a while, and he's not, he's very sincere. I mean, a lot of people in the early, I'm going to call early crypto up until 2 months ago, because it changed a lot this last spike, when Elon Musk put the 1.5 billion, bought 1.5 billion of Bitcoin. That kind of changed the landscape. So, crypto's a boom town. So there are a lot of scammers now. There's a lot of bad actors. Doesn't seem like too many super bad actors. There's a lot of these ridiculous people like trying to sell you their list. They don't even have a list. You're going to get a list, get like Ivan on Tech's list. I don't know if he's still selling it. I have his list, and Crypto Lark. I don't know, a few other people who have been around a long time. You can just go on their YouTube channels, and you can tell they're sincere, and that they're really just really crypto fanatics and trying to help. Also with Altcoin Daily, sometimes some stuff they get sponsored with isn't so good, but like I wouldn't follow all their financial advice, but they have very good news, and they are, they've been around a long time. So, and they will tell you if they're sponsored, but more and more, even I come on here because, if 2,000 people watch this and buy crypto, that makes my own crypto go up. Not a lot, it's a drop in the bucket, but in general, we're spreading this news, only because we love it, but also because it's helping to pump our own bags. The more everybody's into it, the better it is for us. So that's not why I do it all. I don't know. We'll see if I hit the big time, but Ivan, he doesn't make an Altcoin Daily. They do, and this banter dude, they do make changes in the market. You know, when they come out and say something, you know, those certain coins that they're talking about can rise. What else is to be afraid of? Just don't tell people. You know, a lot of people, I don't know, they just have negative stuff to say. What else could go wrong? It's not going to zero. I mean, there is that slight possibility, but you make that decision before you get in. You know, you're like, hey, this is money that I could throw away. But when you're sitting in your bank, it's the same thing. I mean, your money in your bank is actively devaluing, while crypto money is actively valuing. So really, you should be scared to leave your money sitting in the bank, and you should be scared to just be like blowing it on like things that doesn't improve your life. You know, take out that few dollars a week. You can do dollar cost averaging. Okay, there's another thing why people are scared. They don't know, like, because you're going to hear when you have people who are traders, this and that, they're like, oh, okay, I'm waiting for the right number to go in, the right number to go out. You don't have to trade at all. I don't trade. I studied trading. I tried a little trading, but you know what? Way too stressful and just not for me. And if you're listening to this channel, it's not for you yet. I mean, you have to know something about trading in order to do it and get a good strategy. I might do it in the future one day, but it's really best to buy your Bitcoin and hold on to it and never sell it no matter what, especially your Bitcoin. And I think your Doge too, just don't sell it. It will come back up. So that's what I was saying before. The very worst case scenario is that it goes down and we enter into a bear market for a couple of years. That's the very worst. But you hold on to it. You don't spend that money. You just think about that money psychologically as if that money's gone. You leave it sitting there, and then the next time we go into the bull market, the likely scenarios are going to be 10 times higher, and you will be so glad you hung on to it. Anyone who hung on to their old crypto is so happy now. I mean, people are billionaires from buying a few Bitcoins back when it cost $10, you know. So this can happen to you. We're still fairly early on in the crypto world. Most people still don't understand it. Most people still don't have any. So just click on that Coinbase, click on that Binance, get your Dogecoin, get your Chainlink, get your Decentraland, get your Bitcoin #1, Ethereum #2, and even myself, like I do listen to Crypto News Daily and I do check some things. I used to listen to Ivan for an hour jogging every day, but Ivan isn't live streaming for an hour anymore. That's too bad because he just, you know, puts up maybe an hour's worth a week now. But I got such an education from that. But the thing is, you find the ones that you want to listen to, and don't listen to everyone, because, you know, you can go on there, they're like, oh, Ethereum's over because of the high fees. You'll just hear a lot of stuff in crypto. And then, you know, other people are like, no, Ethereum's here to stay and it's getting ready to go to 10,000. Right now it's at 2,000. So, you know, just what I would do is get a simple strategy and look around, but don't listen to everyone and don't go everywhere. Just listen to the people like Ivan. I'm the kind of person, like, I'll listen to you and I will test you out, you know. So I bought a lot of the stuff that he was talking about, and it all did amazingly well, like 95% of it. And so then that's why I bought into his list too, of his altcoin gyms and stuff. These Tweakatoire, these altcoin gyms that are like mass marketing everywhere. I mean, you can get them, and I know people who have. And then this royalty something. This guy was trying to sell me this list yesterday. He didn't even know anything about crypto, you could tell. Because in crypto, we generally share our information freely. Like, we're not like, oh, you have to buy my list. It wasn't like Ivan would buy your list because you've given me free information for 2 years that has made me a lot of gains, you know? So the thing is, when you get on this list, especially this one, this Tweakatoire, like, he was so massively out there in social media. Nobody had ever heard of him. And then like 2 weeks later, everybody you know has heard of him, even friends who don't even have crypto. So what that means is, like, when they come out with their gyms, you know, they're telling thousands of people at the same time. And don't think just the people who bought the list are getting it. If you want to know what's on the list, you can just Google around like 10 minutes after the list comes out, because somebody else is going to be putting it up there. But I wouldn't be interested in that list, because what's going to happen is maybe that price was here, and that list comes out, it goes way up there, and then boom, most likely scenario is going to dump. Maybe that has something to do with the dump now, but what also can happen, this is what I actually think is this guy's doing, this group of people. He's just the one face, you know, same with the banter dude. He's the face of a team. This is not what Banter's doing, but this Tweeko with his list, you know, or these royalties, something, whatever that guy was trying to sell me the other day. They were all ETH coins. I think that was connected to the Tweeko dude, because I Googled like the royalty, whatever the word was, and it was his name was attached. I was like, oh, they're just massively doing network marketing, sell the list, make money. So it's all that's going to happen. Like, say I have a coin, although I did know a few coins that were on there were very good coins I have, like Synthetics or Polkadot, you know, Uniswap, whatever, great coins. But even the more hidden gems, what will happen is they're going to go up, plus the Polkadot, Uniswap. And then Tweeko and his team, you know what they're going to do right then is sell. Boom, price is going to drop. And then you will be left holding the bags. I mean, they could go back up later. It's still, these are still good projects. I haven't read all of his projects, but Uniswap, Polkadot, and Synthetics are great projects, which, you know, they're not even very hidden. Those aren't even hidden gems. Those are just straight up gems. Those are like blue chips. Nobody's, you know, they're very quality stuff. So even if it dumps, you probably recover your money at some time later. But that's really what they are doing. I mean, it's a brilliant idea. Like, let's pump the bags. Let's do massive social media. Pump the bags. So they've already bought before they put this report out. So they've already bought, like when it's down here. Report comes out, it pumps up here. Then they sell, and other whales are going to sell. Like, they'll sell, and they're making millions of dollars of profit, not just $20 or $5,000, whatever. And then they're making millions and millions of profit because they've invested millions, you know, so it's, or several $100,000, whatever. And so then boom, comes right back down. So if you do get on those lists, sometimes what I would do, even on Ivan's list, was like, you know, wait till it drops and then buy it more when it's back down there. Wait for the dip. It's always good to buy during a dip. I was saying this before, and I didn't finish the statement, but it's good to do dollar cost averaging. That's what I do, and that's what most people who are cryptos investors do. Like, don't worry so much when you're going to get in, when's a good time to buy. I mean, basically, it's always a good time to buy Bitcoin because the Bitcoin value just keeps getting more and more. And you're not a trader. I'm not a trader. And even traders don't know when. So that's just too much stress and too much uncertainty. And what happens is that you can be left on the sidelines. You don't get any crypto at all. And then you're like, damn, I wish I had got it last week. I was waiting for the price to go down, but it never went down. It only went back up. Then maybe it goes down one day, but you're out at the beach, so you're not buying. You know, like, just, you can even do on Binance and also Coinbase. You know, you can just sign up to have a certain amount every month. You know, $100 a week or whatever, you know, is a reasonable amount for you. And it's called dollar cost averaging. That's the easiest, the wisest way to make your money. Then when it spikes up high, be like the whales, take a little bit out. And then keep it, you know, and keep it, then it will still keep growing. Like, I've done that with several coins like Anchor. Anchor, we bought in, you know, so early. We made so much money on that Anchor. Like, who even heard of it 6 months ago? But I bought some at the advice of my guru, Ivan. And it went up a lot. So I took a bunch out just to pay some bills. I was like, well, I don't even know anything about this coin, you know. because I have to do other stuff besides, study crypto. So I sold actually most of it, and then it's still up. It's been going up all this time, so it's back to where before I sold it. Say I'm just gonna make up a number. Say I bought $20 worth, and the next thing I know, it's worth $1,000. So maybe I took out, let's just say, $750. Then it's up to $1,000, So then I only have like $250 left, but now it's up to $1,000 again. Like, that's how a lot of these coins work. And I always wish I hadn't took the money out, because if I not take it out, say instead of being worth 1,000, it'd be worth like 5,000. However, the markets, they do go down, and I just rather be safe than sorry. And plus, I have bills to pay. So on one of these people, I do have like stuff on my credit card, stuff like that. I stopped paying so much on my credit cards in order to invest in crypto. And I didn't tell anyone because I knew that was not a smart idea, but it did work for me. Because the gains that you make in crypto are a lot more than the interest that you pay on credit cards. So that's not financial advice, but I did it. And it was good, but I didn't go out there doing super gambly stuff, and I still could have lost it, but I was willing because I didn't have nothing to lose. So that's all I have to say. Don't forget to hit likes, put your comments, share this video with your friends, invite your friends to join my channel. They can come and they can ask any question. No question is too stupid, too foolish, or too childish. And also questions that are very super difficult and complex. Some of them I can answer, and others of them I know to direct you to who can answer them. I think that's the biggest thing right now in the crypto is the trustability, because there's a lot of people, a lot of new people, and now there's just so much money, and there's a lot of money in something. And don't ever, once you start getting into crypto, don't ever give your password to anyone. Don't even click on emails from your bank. I think I was hacked. I don't know if it's because I was in crypto. I mean, that was before I started live streaming. I was tweeting a bit. I'm Bitcoin Lady Eve on Twitter. And I mean, there are people, all over the world who are trying to hack your crypto. So you just have to learn these things. You have to get more careful. It's totally worth it. Just keep studying, keep upgrading knowledge, and get smarter and get safer as you go along, because, at one point or another, everyone loses something. I already did. I thought I lost something once, but I found it, and I did lose something else, which hopefully one day I will get back, because it was some AVE, and AVE's price has gone through the roof in the last 6 months since I did that. All right. Have a great day. Ciao.